What if you could have the live chat agent of your dreams on your website? It's exactly the person you wanted to interview. After everyone that you interviewed, they're the ones you wanted. They're the one you were looking for. And they have the style, the tone, the professionalism. They have the right ethnicity for the presentation. They have the right sex, the right age. They have the right personality, the right style. They're going to be professional and friendly and everything. And they're going to work to handle all you need for one or more websites that you choose to attach that live agent to. So it can handle multiple conversations at the same time so nobody waits in line. And it can do it in any language and any other language all at the same time. So, it can be having an English conversation here, Spanish there, French there, Italian, Yiddish, Swahili, anything and everything. And that's the point. Cantonese, Mandarin, whatever you would like. With that in mind, how much does this dream assistant cost? They charge 25 cents per shift and about 25 cents for a full conversation. A typical full conversation that's an average length would be about 25 cents, and 25 cents a shift means 8-hour shift. So 75 cents a day. And that agent's going to work around the clock and be perfect for your needs. Be able to point anyone at the right URLs or let them know who to call, what phone number to call, can take their name, can take their email, can alert you to any time that something, you're going to want to respond to. And you can set up as many of these dream assistants as you want, and you can attach them to as many websites each as you want. And they don't have to be our websites. They can be any websites out there. WordPress, Weebly, Joomla, Wix, wherever it is that you can actually access the admin panel and paste in a code snippet into either the header or the body section of the page. And if you do that universally, then that means that your bot is available on every page of the website if that's your interest, times every website. Okay? So where can you go and learn more about this option? You can go to chat4me.ai, okay? And that way you can check it out. You can sign up and do it with a free trial. And when you do, you're going to get 3,500 words. Basically, it's 3,500 credits. It's almost exactly 3,500 words. And what that means, since each conversation is about 250 words or less, 200 words, sometimes 150. It just depends on what somebody asks and what they answer, right? And so you're going to get the equivalent of about 15 to 20 conversations for free. Okay, that way you can use it, you can try it, you can figure it out. How hard is this to use and try and figure out? Let me show you. I'm going to log into a demo account. Okay, in this demo account, maybe I'm paying at a level where I can make more than one chatbot, because you can make as many as a package that you rise to. On the trial, it's just one, obviously. But as you upgrade, you can make more. Now, how cool is it to create one? Okay. I created one, so I'm going to manage it, or I can check out the conversations I've been having with it, but let's manage it. And so if we manage it, how's it look from the beginning? Give it a name. Literally, I give my chatbot an actual name that will show up, okay? So that way it feels more human, okay? Now, I'm going to tell it what it needs to know. And I'm going to go out of my way to be clear. Okay, this is the kind of thing where you would start with a paragraph, then go to the front page and try it out a bit. And then you go, oh, I know what I need to tell you. You come back and you add another paragraph or two. And just whatever you add, it understands better and better how it's supposed to behave. Up to you. You're just describing it though. You'll be a live chat specialist working for this website. And you're going to be added to 100 websites. This is the main one. This is the way you put it. Just the way you would train a human. To help websites, browsers get answers to their current questions. Be polite. And guess what? You can describe the live chat agent to make it just the way you want. Be a white female, age 25, from the Bay Area in California. Have a bachelor's degree in communication. Have some good energy and feel free to speak a bit freely with the intention of being friendly and helpful to those asking for your help. But try not to ramble too much. Those who ask questions are hoping for direct answers, coupled with some politeness and just a little light fun. Address the visitor by name occasionally if you've discovered their name. Here's information for what you will answer on the site, and you give it some basic information. Now, you hit next. I mean, how long do you think it takes to really train this versus train a live chat agent, right? Now, I'm going to hit next, and I'm going to say this. Here's a cool thing, crawling. I'm going to add website URLs. Just add them and then put it in there. I can add another and another and another. So I can paste in the major, most important URLs for my website. That would be the introductory level stuff that I want my chat bot to know. So the 4 or 5 pages from your top menu that have the most stuff on them that explains the sort of thing a live chat agent would explain. And when you submit, it's going to walk through and learn about those pages and everything you've got on them, so it's better equipped to answer questions. Not only am I going to have it scrape or learn the website, I can upload files, one or more, DOC, DOCX, XLSX, actually I don't know if we put that in there, PDF, text, any kind of this thing, JSON, okay? And that way when you upload these things, it learns. So you can, if you have a lot of information about your business in a file, you can upload it, up to 3 megs per file, okay? Now what? I've got appearance to consider. So I'm going to upload an image. And by the way, we are putting a bunch of dummy default images in of different people, different races, different style, even different industries. We'll have like a guy with a construction hat that looks like construction or electrician or something. We'll have the nurse, the doctor, all that kind of thing. So all these different people, totally different ethnicities, totally different ages. So you can just pick one of them if you want. It doesn't matter for any other reason than just showing up as a nice image on the chatbot, right? So they're going to be, close facials of smiling people that smile a little more, a little less, but awesome images. Now, you decide the primary color and the secondary color, right? And then once you get that figured out, guess what? You just take your script, which you can just copy, okay? Now that you got it copied, go paste it into the coding of your websites, and voila, this thing will appear all of a sudden, okay? And that just means you have this going. Now, one other thing we built in, we've got like a timer for chats. So each chat will hold the information from that IP address for, I think it's 7 days. So a conversation can keep growing just in case somebody keeps coming back and asking more. The purpose of that is so that it doesn't forget the conversation that came before, okay? And that's because it's here, it's in memory. So it keeps remembering the person and continuing, right? For like 7 days, okay? We'll probably put a switch in here where you can choose that if we find that's where people really have different things, because it could be longer. And the point of that is what? Just to make sure to take care of your clients the way they come back and ask questions. Some people have simpler websites with simpler question and answers, and so there doesn't need to be much conversation there. Some websites have lots of options that are more complex, requires a little more discussion. Somebody might come back with some more questions, and you want your chatbot to be able to get that. So the information is saved to the IP address, right? So no one else sees it, just you. But the beautiful thing is it's there. Well, not you, but your visitors. Your website visitors will each see their own conversations and no one else's. So it's cool because maybe you've used systems where that's already set up. I have. I've used those systems where I've gone back to ask another question 3 days later and they still had the original information there. And how cool that is. Because that way they don't have to say, who are you again? They can actually go, oh, that's the way the conversation opened and here's where it continues. Other things, we build in a delay so that the longer the answer it gives, the longer it waits before it gives you the answer. You see the little 3 dots bumping up and down. And that way it feels more real. We'll put a timer in here as well where you can adjust how long you want it to wait for every 100 words of answer, or if you just want it to wait a flat amount, like 5 seconds before it answers, or 3. That way it just feels more human, right? It doesn't answer instantly with 3 pages of information that the user could use. But when you have a chatbot like this that's this cheap, where a typical conversation is 25 cents, and they work 25 cents per shift around the clock, answering multiple conversations or whatever at the same time, then you can lock and load your sales, because you can train this with whatever tone you want, any kind of cool information you would use to pitch somebody or to help somebody get the point, all that kind of thing. And you can have different personalities, different styles, different bots that represent different people from different places with different backgrounds. So you can absolutely attach different chatbots to their own series of sites, maybe in different industries, or for different products, different services, for anything you want, and it works for all websites. So the final thing I want to say to wrap this thing up, because it's so cool, it's pretty simple. You go through this and you get your information about your chatbot. You can delete, you can add another one. Billings and plans. It just tells you what your options are, and you can upgrade your plan and see what's going on. Yes, you can change your facial picture if you want by editing. It's just a dummy account. That's not me. Credit spends. It just tracks so that you know what the typical conversation is. And in this case, these are really long. So tokens and credits are the same thing. We just didn't make up our mind which to call it. So this is 1,860 words. But why do you think? Because we're intentionally communicating and seeing how the conversation evolves. The usual conversation's like 218, 200 to 300 words, like 250 words. That's typical. And again, you can tell the bot anything you want. Like, don't let guys ask you questions that go into Never Never Land. For somebody who discovers it's a bot and just wants to ask it, hey, instead of the Earth having one moon that affects the tides, what if it had 2 moons equidistant on opposite sides of the Earth? How would that affect the tides? Well, your live chat agent is a specialist at everything, so it can answer that. It can at least give you a plausible answer for that. But you don't want it to do that all day long. So, you can have it say, I'm sorry, but really I can only ask questions about what we're doing here. That sounds interesting, but take it up with somebody else. Sorry, in a nice way, right? Okay, final point. For those of you who are wondering, we do have a referral program. That way you can use another way to get conversations going. And here's what the referral program does. When you refer others, either with a referral code when they sign up, tell them to use a code, or just give them the link. You can just copy the link or copy the code, whatever you want. And if you copy the link and you put it out there and people sign up through your link, you get 3,500 more words, right? So that's like 15 to 20 more conversations free. And the person who signs up gets 3,500 words, about 15 to 20 conversations to test with. Okay? So with that in mind, this is cool because you can see everything you need to see. And all I'll say is train it more in the beginning to see just how brilliant it is. You can even tell it things like, look at the wording in the URLs and give it a list of every URL from your sitemap. In one of those files you upload, you can upload a file with URLs. Say, look at the words so that you understand what the topics are about. So if somebody asks, you can direct them at the right URL. You don't actually have to web scrape all the URLs in that case. What if one of your URLs is talking about the particular product in its color, size, shape, whatever it is? Then the chatbot will recognize that, Mindy will recognize that, and be able to direct the user to that URL and say, I recommend checking this page out. It probably covers what you're looking for. So you can even do that aside from actually uploading large documents that describe everything in much more detail. You can tell your bot, I'm not a doctor, I can't give medical advice, but I would recommend you call Dr. Smith at this number, right? To get your questions answered. I'll let him know you're about to call. You can do that. And you can say, Here's the email for support. So people don't even have to put their phone number and their email on their website where it's visible if they get too much spam. They can actually just let the chatbot share the details on demand, which means also you can use your pot email and phone number on the site if you wanted to go into a spam bot, because you only want people to engage after they've acted with the live chat. So we'll have new buttons and features popping up pretty soon. Like, can I help you? Will pop up after a certain number of seconds. You're going to be able to choose that. Not there now, but it's coming. Also, the chatbot can keep track of what it could not answer and actually create a message in the dashboard saying, I'm sorry, I couldn't answer this. Can you continue the conversation? And you can receive an alert right away by email that happened. You know, we'll tell you more features later. The ability of your chatbot to text people a message or email people a message can be done. So we'll get around to it before long. All right. Yeah, come climb aboard, start checking it out, spread the word. An AI live chat agent is valuable to basically everyone who pays somebody to be a live chat agent who doesn't need to anymore. Sorry for all the live chat agents, but the fact of the matter is this is the way AI is changing everything, and that's this. Our next tool also is a Chat4Me tool, and that tool is going to blog for you, but so far it's limited to our websites. The ability of it to actually take a look at the contents on the sites, take a look at the blogs that were written, and decide what next to write about, and be able to do that on a schedule to just keep improving the website over time. So that's coming next as a new tool. Having said that, start plugging into these tools because we're tying them in and making them better, and they do so much of the work you need done. For those of you who cannot afford a live chat specialist or could not, now you can. It's easy. It's a really good deal, and everyone who signs up free gets 15 to 20 conversations free to try it out before they upgrade. And again, the upgrade costs are like 25 cents per shift plus the actual 25 cents per conversation. That's cool, isn't it? Okay. Talk to you soon. I'm looking forward to you guys signing up. Let me know if you want features. We'll probably put like a feature request option in the dashboard area for you so that we can just see what you guys got, you know, and be able to add new power to this thing as we go. It works on any website, so there's no restrictions on anywhere you can put the code is good, right? Most, like 99.999% of the websites out there can handle that code snippet. Here's what I mean. Manage the assistant. When you get all done with it, this is a code snippet you get. Basically, every website on the internet can handle that script. Okay? So it's useful to everyone. Give it a shot today. And if you're thinking outside the box, you know what you can do? You can build these on behalf of someone else and put the code snippet on their website, building it for them, and charge them for the usage. So you can actually do something like that in the middle. And that way you can actually set these things up in the middle for others. So lots and lots of opportunity here. Anyway, try it out on your website or somebody else's website. There's nothing to lose and a lot to gain. All right.